chase Lycans with the blue futon out of the box, out of the wall, wherever you want to call it. We have Underworld 3, or if you want to know it, Underworld Rise of the Lycans. Yes, here it is, right here. Did I like it compared to the first and second one? Let's find out, because the Lycans are on the road. Underworld Rise of the Lycans. What's it about? It's a very simple premise, actually. Think about Underworld 1 and 2, but go hundreds and hundreds of years back and see how the Lycans and werewolves coexisted and how they decided to become enemies. Did I like this movie? Actually, I enjoyed this one better than the second one. Why is that? Well, yes, it is a shorter movie, so I think that does help it being an hour-and-a-half movie, but with before credits, it's like an hour and 23 minutes, so that's solid. You know, throughout, get the story done, and let's get on with our lives. And I kind of enjoyed that. The action was there. I thought when it was there, it was solid. The gore was good. It wasn't anything over the top, but there are some solid, good, like, pull things, like, psh, psh. Like, I don't know what they're called, catapult ones, where it's going through people's faces, and you're like, damn, that's some pretty solid action and pretty solid effects. And so, if you like that, you're going to enjoy this movie because the action's there, the story's there, and of course, the color palette of being at night is also still there. But with that, I could also give it a negative for that reason, because here's the issue. With this one, you already know exactly what is going to happen. There are no twists or turns. Why, you might ask? Because the first and second movie is basically the third movie. What do I mean by that? Well, every time there's a flashback or the person's talking to the camera of like 200 years ago, this is what happened with Michael, and this is what happened with the Lycans, and this is what happened with the vampires, and how the main vampire guy, Marcus, decided to kill his daughter, and blah, blah, blah. And so you're like, okay, there's that backstory in the first and second one, but the third movie is literally just that backstory and gives you nothing new and nothing less. And you could give that a positive or negative because it brings back old actors from the first one, Michael Shannon, Bill Nighy, and everything like that. So this is a pretty simple review, I'm going to say. Is it better than the first one? I don't think so. Is it better than the second one? I do think so. Why is that? Because the editing, the length, and the story. I think the story is very niche. It didn't need to be anything special. That violence was there. The story was there. I was there just to enjoy vampires and Lycans beating each other up. It's going to be a short review, guys. If you've seen it, yes, no, maybe so. But let's go with the 4K quality. I think this 4K quality has been the best out of the two, but there is one issue. When they're in the courtroom scene, I'm going to put it at the round table where they're with, Selena saying what she's going to get, aka killed, burnt to death because she's a vampire. There's a weird fuzzy scene. So when they're doing the transfer, there was one scene where it just went straight like fuzzy, fuzzy, fuzzy. And you're like, I do not know what is happening on screen. But overall, like I said, Underworld 3, the 4K quality is the best one overall. Same with the sound. If I had to go to the first, second, third, go with the third one. But I enjoyed this one better than the second one. How about you? So, with that, Underworld Rise of the Lycans will receive a 3.5 out of 5 with Futons. It goes at 70%. Hey, I'm giving it the same score as the first one. Second one I gave a 60, and we're going uphill with that 70. But let's see what the critics and user scores gave this one. So the critics a 29%, and the audience score is 63%. Audiences, there's over 200,000 of them. Critics, 78. Here's the critic consensus. Despite the best efforts of its competent cast, Underworld Rise of the Lycans is an indigestible and unnecessary prequel. Indigestible, I have to disagree because of the length. Is it unnecessary? People could say it's unnecessary because, like I said, you already know what's going to happen in the third one based on the events and flashbacks of the first and second one. But you know what? I enjoyed it. It was no shit. An hour and 23 minutes. Then the credits rolled for about 8 minutes. So, hey, an hour and 23-minute movie with nonstop action, sometimes I could deal with that. Anyway, my 70, the 63, or the 29. Chase Scott with the blue futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about Butanitopia. You both Tonyans. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. And I do think Underworld is one of those underrated franchises where it's like it's actually a pretty good overall vampire werewolf movie of them battling. I mean, what else would you want? Let's be honest, people.